What if I told you the most powerful move after she leaves is doing nothing? Not calling, not chasing, not explaining, just silence. Would you believe that silence can haunt her more than 1,000 desperate messages ever could? This isn't about playing games. It's about reclaiming your power. Real power, rooted in stoicism, emotional control, and a calm so cold it burns. This is the story of a man who gave everything, his time, attention, soul, to a woman who didn't value it. She left. He shattered. But instead of crawling back, he sat in the wreckage. There, in that stillness, he built a fortress, not for revenge, but for rebirth. Women are tuned into energy. The moment you stop chasing, when your validation goes silent, something strange happens. She starts wondering, not just about you, but about herself. Why does your absence feel heavier than your presence ever did? This video is about what she secretly feels when you don't chase her. The psychology behind it. How you become untouchable by walking away without a sound. If you're tired of being broken, done giving power to someone who didn't earn it, this is your path. We're not here to beg. We're here to rebuild. And the first brick is silence. If you're ready to build something unshakable, hit like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and comment below. My silence speaks. 1. The echo of silence. When you choose silence after she leaves, you are doing something radically counterintuitive. Most men scramble to fill the void, calling, texting, explaining, pleading, desperate to regain lost ground. But silence is a thunderclap in her mind because it breaks the cycle she expects. It's not passive. It's a deliberate withdrawal of your energy and attention. This silence creates a vacuum where her certainty once lived, and uncertainty is painful. Psychologically, humans crave closure and predictability. Your silence denies her both. It forces her brain into overdrive, filling the empty space with questions and doubts. She wonders if you've moved on, if you're hurt, if you still care. This mental loop can be far more tormenting than any confrontation because it's undefined and unpredictable. The echo of your absence shatters her illusion that she controls the narrative, and that loss of control awakens something primal: regret. The mind game she didn't see. Most breakups follow a predictable pattern. One person pulls away, the other chases, emotions escalate, apologies fly, and the cycle repeats until exhaustion. But when you refuse to engage, when you withhold the emotional bait she expects, you reset the entire game. This creates a psychological pattern interrupt, a concept from behavioral science where an expected sequence is broken, forcing the other party to pause and reassess. She is used to having power over your emotions. Your silence takes that power away. Without your validation or reaction, she confronts a version of you she never knew, a man who is in control of himself rather than controlled by her whims. This flips the emotional dynamic, turning you into the mystery, the prize she suddenly can't quite figure out. It's not manipulation, it's mastery of your own emotional state, and that mastery is magnetic because it signals strength and independence, qualities deeply attractive on a subconscious level. 3. Rejection is redirection. Rejection hits like a physical blow, sudden, sharp, and disorienting. It threatens your identity and shakes your confidence. But Stoicism teaches that external events are neutral. It's your reaction that gives them power. When she rejects you, you face a choice: collapse or rebuild. This moment is not an end but a redirection, a brutal but necessary course correction from investing your time and energy in someone who doesn't value you to investing in yourself. The pain forces you to strip away illusions about what you thought you needed, revealing a clearer truth. Your worth isn't defined by her acceptance. This is the painful birth of self-reliance. Each pang of rejection chisels away your dependence, and the rawness of heartbreak becomes the forge where resilience is crafted. You don't just survive the loss, you transform through it, emerging stronger, more focused, and finally free from the need to explain or justify yourself. The weight of regret is a slow, heavy emotion that creeps in after the initial storm of breakup pain passes. When you don't chase or explain, you leave an open-ended question hanging in her mind, like an unsolved puzzle she can't resist trying to complete. This absence of closure can haunt her far more than any angry confrontation, because it forces her to face the consequences of her choice alone. The silence you maintain is not emptiness. It's a space filled with reflection and doubt. She begins to replay every moment, trying to understand why you didn't fight harder or call her back. That silence becomes a mirror reflecting not your weakness, but her loss. Regret is the psychological weight she carries for choosing to walk away from something she once had control over, and that weight intensifies with every day your silence endures. Meanwhile, you grow lighter, unburdened by the need to prove yourself or relive pain, embodying a power that is calm yet undeniable. The shift in power. Power is often mistaken for loudness, aggression, or control over others. But true power is quiet and unyielding. It is emotional sovereignty. When you stop chasing, stop reacting, and stop seeking validation, you reclaim your center. This shift is seismic because it changes the entire power dynamic. She once held your focus, your energy, your emotional currency. By withdrawing it, you dismantle her hold over you. This is Stoicism in practice, mastery over your impulses and desires, prioritizing your own values above transient approval. The subtlety of this power makes it invisible to many, but those attuned to emotional energy can feel its force. It's like a gravitational shift. You no longer orbit her world, but create your own, steady and self-sustaining. This detachment disorients her because it contradicts expectations and breaks dependency patterns, triggering a primal urge to regain what was lost, even if she won't admit it. 6. She watches, even in silence. Even when she says nothing, doesn't call, and avoids contact, she remains engaged in your life in invisible ways. This is a testament to how deeply human beings seek connection and closure. She may observe through social media, mutual friends, or subtle signs. This watching is driven by a mixture of curiosity, unresolved feelings, and the discomfort of losing control. The fact that you remain silent, unbothered, and seemingly unaffected only amplifies her interest and internal conflict. This quiet observation often becomes obsession, cloaked in invisibility. The more you withdraw and focus on your own growth, the more her attention lingers in the background. It's a paradox. Your absence creates a presence in her mind that no amount of words could. You become a symbol of what she lost, the calm after the storm she never expected to face. 7. Scar tissue is armor. Heartbreak leaves scars that aren't just emotional, but etched into your very being. These scars tell a story of vulnerability, pain, and survival, but they don't have to be marks of weakness. When you face your pain honestly, they become armor forged in fire. Each scar is a lesson in resilience and a reminder that you endured when many would have broken. This transformation shifts your identity from victim to warrior. You learn to carry your past without letting it define you, turning wounds into strength and doubt into discipline. This process is the essence of Stoicism, accepting suffering without surrender, using adversity as a catalyst for growth. The man you become is more than someone who survived heartbreak. He is someone who thrives because of it, standing tall with a quiet confidence that is impossible to fake or ignore. 8. When detachment becomes desire. Detachment is often misunderstood as coldness or indifference, but true detachment is a profound emotional mastery. It means you care deeply but refuse to let those feelings control you. This state is magnetic because it signals emotional independence and self-respect. When you stop chasing and stop proving your worth, you paradoxically become more desirable. This is because attraction isn't born from desperation or neediness. It emerges from confidence and freedom. By shifting your focus inward to your growth, your goals, your mission, you create a polarity shift. Instead of being the pursuer, you become the prize. This emotional immunity disrupts her expectations and ignites curiosity and desire. It's a subtle, powerful reversal. She wonders why your absence stings more than your presence ever did, a question that unsettles her ego and ignites a longing she can't easily extinguish. 9. The revenge of reinvention. Revenge isn't always about confrontation or proving something to her. It's about transforming yourself into a better man for your own sake. Reinvention is the silent, devastating form of revenge. It's not about flexing success on social media or forcing her to see what she lost. It's about waking up every day with purpose and commitment to your own growth. This evolution begins with survival, channeling pain into discipline, into reading, working out, building skills. Over time, it becomes an internal fire that no longer revolves around her or the past, but burns for your future. This transformation creates a man who is self-validating, whole, and unshakable. She may notice the change, even if she never admits it. That's when your silence speaks loudest, not in words, but in your presence, your calm, and your undeniable confidence. This is revenge through self-mastery, not bitterness. 10. Your silence is your power. Silence is the ultimate power move because it signals emotional control, self-respect, and freedom from dependence. It's not about denying your feelings or being cold. It's about choosing peace over chaos and dignity over drama. This choice forces her to confront the reality that you are bigger than the breakup, that your value doesn't depend on her attention or approval. Silence creates a space where she questions her decision and feels the weight of loss without you having to say a word. This is the Stoic response to heartbreak, an unshakable calm that disarms and unsettles, a presence that commands respect without demanding it. The next time she leaves, your silence will be the loudest statement you make. It is your reclaiming of power, your refusal to be pulled into emotional storms, and your declaration that your life moves forward, with or without her.